ever heard of this ever been seen on camera. In fact, I had to say that I was sorry to the people who had said the week before that the statue had moved, because it certainly looked like that's what happened that week.
Up there. What are you doing on the 13th, buddy?
On 13th, probably, what's Wednesday? Is that one of your days off, Ben?
I'm fair game. I'll try to be there. You betcha, Rod.
We'll be here.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll do a show. Something about apparitions, if you're fortunate enough to actually capture one. They're not always see-through, and I know everyone thinks of a ghost as being see-through. Shadow figures, or what's known as shadow peoples, oftentimes, I have seen them in pitch black to where they are literally darker than the night.
We've been on a little sabbatical with guests because of the fact that we can't show videos, and now that we are using the best of both worlds, basically the chocolate and peanut butter reference, we're able to do it again. So this is cool. We've actually been able to witness what Rod does when he sets up a show. This has actually been kind of cool. But we'll go back to open here in just a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes.
Yeah, basically, this is what we do. I talk to people, and I get a feel whether they're credible or not. And when I first spoke with Chad, I darn near had to twist the guy's arm to get him to come on. But he was telling me about the evidence, especially with the coat. And if you remember that last video that he was in, and the coat being tugged, I think that was an awesome piece of footage. The camera, unfortunately, didn't stay on it long enough, but it was obviously there. And I'm going to tell you, the quote-unquote mist really impressed me as well, Chad, because, again, you didn't really notice that mist until the film was slowed down at least 10 times. And what was odd about it is just prior to this, because none of the investigators at least seemed to even be aware that it was there. And of course, moving at that speed, there was probably no way your eye could have caught it. But just prior to that is when they said something behind the tombstone, and you can clearly see as they're trying to snap that picture that something darts in a complete opposite direction. The mist, by the way, is coming toward them, rules out the breath immediately. Breath doesn't come towards you at a high rate of speed. And then a separate mist goes in a complete opposite direction off to the right of them. And, that kind of rules out the wind theory, because I don't know why one piece of mist coming from behind a tombstone would go right and everything else is coming toward the camera. It was just very odd and very impressive, and I'd like to see more of this. And it also kind of backs up my personal theory that I've been promoting for many years now. Chad, I personally believe that there are some people who either invoke or provoke or allow energy. I call them haunted people. And a lot of them are paranormal investigators because it happens to them. And I think what happens is you and possibly other members of your group might be some of those haunted people. Again, that's a theory that I own, that I'm seeking to prove. But it's interesting that these occurrences are taking place primarily just on an observational point around you. Odd, buddy.